Andra Sanchez claims she didn't get what she bargained for when her surgeon botched her BBL. Dr. Jason Eisenberg says every patient is different, but he stands behind his work. Dr. Eisenberg is countersuing for $20,000.
So I see Sandra Sanchez is here as my plaintiff today. Jason Eisenberg as the defendant. Ms. Sanchez, what brings you to court today?
Hi, Your Honor. My name is Sandra Sanchez, and I'm here suing Dr. E for a malpractice BBL procedure for $6,500.
And I also see there's a countersuit here, right, Mr. Eisenberg?
That is correct, Judge.
Okay, and you're suing in the amount of $20,000?
Yes, that is correct.
And the basis of your claim is?
Defamation of my entire business due to her social media video.
Okay, so we'll get to that. Let's go with you, Ms. Sanchez. So you saw this doctor for what procedure?
I got a BBL, Brazilian butt lift procedure from him.
I'm familiar.
Yes, about a year ago. And this is my second BBL procedure that I got with Dr. E. I went to him multiple times before for different things for the past few years. And everything's been fine. But the last BBL that I got from him, it didn't even look like I got any work done. And you know what a BBL is? It's like where you enhance your Botox.
Familiar. Yeah, they suck fat from the midsection and they replace it. What's it, the proper medical term? Gluteus maximus?
It's a SSBA, Your Honor. It's a safe subcutaneous buttocks augmentation.
Yeah.
Okay, we make the butt bigger. Okay,
Yes,
great.
yes.
Okay,
Well, my
got
first BBL, my butt didn't even look like he did anything to it.
Help me understand, Ms. Sanchez. You started to see this doctor how many years ago?
About 3-4 years ago.
Okay, about 3 or 4 years ago. And you said in this court that you've had many procedures.
Yes.
Run them down for me.
I've had Botox, I've had lip fillers around my face, I've had a boob job, and then I had my 2 BBLs with him.
Okay, when you say boob job, that was enhancement?
Yeah,
to your
boob augmentation, breast
augmentation.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I just wanted to differentiate that from a lift.
Sorry.
Okay, you had a breast augmentation, and then you had 1 and then 2 BBLs.
Yes.
Now, after the first BBL, I hear you telling the court you weren't satisfied.
I was not satisfied
That
at
wasn't
all.
big enough?
It didn't even look like I got anything done, honestly. And so I just, because I trusted him or whatever the case is, I went back to him to get it done again. And then he just totally made my butt just way too big.
It became too big.
Now it's too big, yes. And I literally have back problems. Oh man, it's just a mess. It's a mess.
Question, Ms. Sanchez. Did you pay for the first BBL?
Yes, I paid for both BBLs, yes.
Okay, so you never got any money back from this surgeon?
No, and that's why I'm here. I want my money back, and he's just really rude about it. I'm really unhappy, and he's not trying to give me my money back or fix my botched procedure.
Okay, so before we get to that, let me ask you, what do you do for a living, Ms. Sanchez?
I'm an entertainer and a model.
You are an adult entertainer, correct?
Yes, yes.
You dance primarily, well, it's, I guess you dance for everybody.
Yeah, I do music videos, I do all of it. Yeah,
okay.
So I'm seen by everybody, yeah.
Right, your currency is your look.
Yes, I make money off my appearance. So this is really I know it sounds kind of funny that it's about my butt,
funny.
But it is really affecting me mentally, emotionally, physically. So yeah, I don't know. I just really need him to not be rude to me about this and just really understand the emotional stress that I'm getting from this botched BBL.
Okay, I have some more questions for you, Ms. Sanchez, but I need to get to you, Dr. Eisenberg. How long have you been treating this patient?
Roughly about 3 to 4 years, Your Honor.
Okay, and you've done the procedure she told the court?
Yes, Your Honor.
So various face fillers, lip fillers, a breast augmentation, and 2 different BBLs.
2 different BBLs.
Okay,
yes.
Doctor, let's talk about this because we all read the headlines, right? Sure. And BBLs are reportedly the most deadly and dangerous cosmetic procedure on the market. Is that correct?
Your Honor, I think it depends on the doctor. The way I pride myself on my surgeries and my staff, I've never had any issues. I've never had any problems. I've only had satisfied clients. Sandy is actually the first that I'm aware of.
Okay. And previously, she was satisfied with your services?
She's been, yeah. That's why I'm shocked by this whole thing that we're here today, because Sandy and I have been good friends, and I honor myself on being...
What kind of friends, Dr. Eisenberg?
I mean, not friends like we hang out, but in a professional...
Okay. The court has to be crystal clear on that, because you never know what kind of friends people
right. Yes.
are.
No. Nothing outside.
Okay. So she's had these several procedures to satisfaction, you both admit, until this first BBL. Tell me from your medical experience how that procedure went.
Well, the procedure went perfectly, exactly how I told her it would go. I even had animations to show her the size of her buttocks after the surgery and what she could expect. And Your Honor, to be frank, I think this is a disease that is plaguing most of our country, where people are insecure and they're not happy with their bodies. And as a doctor, it's not, honestly, it might sound funny, but it's not about the money for me. It's really about the gift I can give people and the security and just being able to go out into the world and feel good about yourself.
No, Dr. Eisenberg, it doesn't sound funny. It sounds like a crock, and you know that.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
So I need to understand what you conveyed to Dr. E here in terms of your expectation for BBL2.
I wanted a little bit more projection, but he really gave me like a double butt.
Equal Justice is back with the case of Sandra Sanchez, who brought Dr. Jason Eisenberg to court over botched plastic surgery.
You talked about these renderings, these visual aids.
Yes.
Do you have offerings of that to the court today?
I don't have them with me, Your Honor.
Okay. How about you, Ms. Sanchez? Do you have anything that the court can see? Any photos?
Yes,
or
I
anything?
have a photo right here.
I'll take
Okay.
the entire folder,
This is
please.
my-
I'll take your folder.
Yeah,
You
give
need the
my
whole
bailiff everything you have, Ms. Sanchez.
That photo, it shows on the left side is my previous BBL, the first
Oh,
one,
that's the
and
first
then the
BBL.
second one, yeah,
Okay.
post BBL. And the second one, look, it's just too big. Like I can't even. It's
Your Honor, she thought that was
affecting-
too small.
Dr. Eisenberg, I'm not going to tell you again. You will have your say. Now, Ms. Sanchez, you're telling me that this on the left is the first BBL.
Yes, that's the first one, and it just didn't. I already looked like that previous to any BBL.
Okay.
So I wanted to get.
So you paid for a second one.
I paid for a second one.
And talk to me
and
about
it's just
what
too
you.
big.
Now, I got to slow you down, Ms. Sanchez, because you're here claiming botched
Yes.
surgery. That's a
Yes.
big claim. So I need to understand what you conveyed to Dr. E here in terms of your expectation for BBL2.
I wanted a little bit more projection, but he really gave me like a double butt. Like that's double projection than what I really wanted. I wanted him to fill in a little bit more on the tops, just a little bit, so that I had a little bit more projection on like when you look at me from the back.
Yep.
And he totally just did too much everywhere.
And when was this picture taken, ma'am?
It was taken possibly like a month after the BBL, and he told me that it was gonna go down, like it's gonna shape more to
Yeah.
my body like after time.
Yep.
And it just did not do that.
Are you comfortable showing the court your current gluteus
Yeah, I'll show you.
maximus?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Can you turn around, ma'am, so I can see? Okay. And
It just, I'm actually small, like my body type, so
Yes.
it's just like too big. I don't know, it's just so uncomfortable.
Ms. Sanchez, I'm trying to look now.
Okay.
Now turn around.
You want to turn around?
Okay.
Sorry.
And go ahead and turn full circle. Okay, and you're saying that at this point you feel that this result is still too large?
Yes, and it's embarrassing, and it's just really bad on my back.
causing you back problems?
It's causing me back pain.
You can resume your position. Thank you, ma'am.
Else, yeah.
Okay, so you're saying back pain, and you also talked about emotional devastation.
Stress. I feel embarrassed, and even at work, I'm just like not making as much money. Things are just like, yeah, it's like even when I lay down and go to bed.
Okay.
And I just want him to fix it. I just want him to make it where it looks a little bit more natural, and it won't hurt my body anymore. And so he won't do that. So now I just want my money back.
Ms. Sanchez, I hear you telling the court you're prepared to get a third BBL.
Yeah, to fix this, yeah.
Okay.
And then hopefully I'm done. I'm gonna go to a way better doctor. Probably even go out of the country because these doctors
Oh.
here are really horrible.
Your Honor, this is why I'm here.
Sir.
Okay, so I'm looking here at a receipt from Ms. Sanchez, Dr. Eisenberg, and it looks like this was for the butt augmentation surgery. I do see a discount of $3,685. What was the point of this discount, sir? Do you know?
Just for being a good client, Your Honor.
Was that your understanding, Ms.
Yeah.
Sanchez?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you've also sent the courts these text messages. Let me go through some of these. You're saying, Dr. E, good afternoon. I've had some concerns with my recent procedure. Can you chat? You say, I'm currently going into a procedure, but what's up? The procedure is a lot fuller than I expected, and I know you said to allow it time, but nothing seems to have changed. It's been a year now, so this was recent.
Yes, and he just totally neglected me.
Well, I see what he says. He says, I'm sorry that you have this concern. It was my understanding that you were happy with the procedure the following month. I did express to you the results could vary. Yes, but this is your work. causing my limitations in my mobility, and I am dissatisfied with my appearance. I feel as if a reduction is needed pro bono. Did you ask him for a pro bono reduction, ma'am?
Yes, I did, and I
Okay,
asked.
let me move to Dr. Eisenberg. Did she ask you for a pro bono reduction?
She did, Your Honor.
And you said?
I said no.
And why did you say no?
Because I have my staff I have to pay, I have my lights I have to keep on, the electric bill, Your Honor. My anesthesiologist alone cost $3,000 just to come to my office. So as much as I want to help her out and I'm willing to help her out, I can't give her free service.
Okay. Now, do you stand by the quality of the results that were presented in court today?
Your Honor, I think you said it, that your bailiff and everybody in here, every man in here is probably taking a look at her backside and saying, why are we here?
I don't appreciate you discriminating against the women who are also taking a look.
There we go, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's
You're
a new
right.
day. Okay, so let's say this. As much as I'm sympathetic to your concern, I cannot perform a reduction completely free of charge. I still need, this is everything you outlined to the court. The lowest he could do this reduction, ma'am, was $2,500. Were you
Yeah.
made aware of that?
No, yeah, he did mention that to me, but every time I tried to call the office back to talk to him, he was not returning my phone calls. He was not acting like he cared about the matter at all.
And
So-
is this what caused you to send this nasty little text when you're all caps and
Yeah,
cussing him
for
out?
sure.
I'm losing money because of your botched job. I can't afford to keep dishing out cash for your half, pun intended, ASS work.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So at this point, you're angry, right?
Yeah, very angry.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
You've got over 250,000 followers, young lady. You're quite popular.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's why it's a big deal for you to fix my procedure.
No,
Yeah, well,
no,
that's
no.
why it's a big deal for you not to go on there.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Sandra Sanchez, who brought Dr. Jason Eisenberg to court over botched plastic surgery.
Okay, and you were so angry, the court was told that you went on a social media platform?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at what you put out into the world about this physician. Let's
Definitely
see
have.
this video.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Sandy. I just wanted to warn you guys about a procedure that I got a few months ago. I did a BBL with Dr. E at Eisenberg Cosmetic, and he totally messed me up. Like, I don't know, I just am not happy with my results, and I went to him multiple times and told him about it, and he's not trying to fix my results. He's trying to charge me for a full BBL again. He just totally did not do what I asked, and I don't want no ladies to go through what I'm going through.
How has this affected your business, Dr. Eisenberg?
Extremely, Your Honor. And I have emails showing 2 cancellations within a week.
Give it to my bailiff, sir.
Within a week of her posting that video, Your Honor. I've been a surgeon for over 15 years. I've had my business for 15 years, Your Honor. They call it the Eisenberg. You can go to any club in this town and you can point out the bodies that I have touched, Your Honor. So she's suing me for $6,500. I'm suing her for $20,000, which is just 2 surgeries.
And Your Honor, that's ridiculous. $20,000 is crazy. Like, why would he do that?
Ms. Sanchez, hold on now. Now, I'm seeing that the court is looking at this as your social media following.
Yes.
You've got over 250,000 followers, young lady. You're quite popular.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's why it's a big deal for you to fix my procedure.
No,
Yeah, well, that's why it's a big deal for you not to go on there.
You two have one more time to outburst in this courtroom, and you both can go. Justice continues with or without you. Now, as I was saying, you have over 250,000 people following you, young lady. That's impressive, but that also comes with what? Responsibility. So you tell over 300,000 people that this man botched your procedure. I heard you say that. And then I actually heard you lie on him.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
But you need to know, young lady, that the fact that you even lived to tell about 1 BBL, let alone 2, is a gift from God.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Sandra Sanchez, who brought Dr. Jason Eisenberg to court over botched plastic surgery.
Because you said that he was requiring you to pay the full cost of an entire BBL to repair the work, when you both just stood here and told me he was only asking you to pay $2,500.
Well, that was after after I didn't speak to him. So
Okay, so you made this video before that offer?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. And did you put out anything subsequent?
No, I didn't.
No, you did
That's
not.
the only one.
Okay, so let me read these two emails where Dr. Eisenberg is claiming he lost $20,000. Dr. Eisenberg, I hate to do this, but I am canceling my Brazilian butt lift that is scheduled in 2 weeks. Uh-oh. I saw a video.
Thank you.
By a popular creator who claimed that you messed up her procedure. I have now too many doubts. I'm sure you're great, but this is my final decision. So that's one cancellation for BBL. Here's another saying, I follow one of your previous customers, Sandra Sanchez, on Instagram. She made a video about how you messed up her butt. There's no way I'm going through with this. You should do some soul searching for what you did to her. I'll be taking my money elsewhere. How'd you feel about that, Dr. Eisenberg?
It's heartbreaking. These are $10,000 surgeries, and that's only the first two.
For me to not be happy is just like really not okay. Like you need to make your customers happy. That's a part of doing good business, is making customers happy and leave satisfied. So
Ms.
if I'm
Sanchez.
not satisfied, do something.
Okay. You've had your say. Dr. Eisenberg, you've had your say. You have a final word?
1.2 million likes on that video, Your Honor. So it's not just the 300,000 people, it's 1.2 million people who liked the fact that agreeing with I am not a good doctor.
Okay. The court's heard enough from the two of you.
Judge Eboni's verdict when equal justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
You need to know, young lady, that the fact that you even lived to tell about one BBL, let alone two, is a gift from God. Some people never make it. Now let's talk about the difference between a botched procedure, which is a medical term, and an unsatisfied result. This man is responsible to you for a certain standard of care. Ms. Sanchez, I am not going to order you to pay the $20,000 that Dr. Eisenberg has requested in the countersuit. Dr. Eisenberg, I'm not going to order you to pay a cent on this $6,500 that the plaintiff has asked for. I do not believe you breached any duties here. But Ms. Sanchez, I believe that you lied on this man on social media. So I'm going to ask that this court order you to make a new video where you apologize for misstating the nature of your treatment. It was not a botched job. That is the order of this court, and that is my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff has been ordered to post a video apologizing to the defendant.
The atmosphere in the courtroom is one of gravity and high expectations. Judge Eboni K. Williams stands at her bench, a figure of authority from North Carolina by way of Louisiana, blending West Coast cool with a sharp New York edge. For her, the only thing that matters in this particular space is how she sees the truth. She believes that equal justice is rooted in the most important values of the country, freedom and integrity. Her goal is to be a voice for the voiceless, ensuring that people from all sectors of life, regardless of race, orientation, or background, receive a fair hearing. The case today involves Sandra Sanchez, a plaintiff who claims she did not get what she bargained for, and Dr. Jason Eisenberg, a defendant who stands firmly behind his medical work. The opening statements. Sandra Sanchez begins by stating her claim. She is suing Dr. Jason Eisenberg, whom she refers to as Dr. E, for $6,500. Her grievance stems from what she describes as a botched Brazilian butt lift procedure, commonly known as a BBL. On the other side, Dr. Eisenberg has filed a countersuit for $20,000, alleging defamation of his business following a social media video posted by Ms. Sanchez. Judge Williams turns her attention to the plaintiff. Ms. Sanchez explains that she has been a patient of Dr. Eisenberg for approximately 3 to 4 years. During that time, she has undergone numerous cosmetic procedures, including Botox, lip fillers, facial fillers, and a breast augmentation. She also had 2 separate BBL procedures. A BBL, as clarified in court, is a safe subcutaneous buttocks augmentation where fat is harvested from the midsection and transferred to the buttocks. Ms. Sanchez explains that after her first procedure, she was unsatisfied because the results were not visible enough. Despite her disappointment, she trusted the doctor and returned for a second surgery. However, she claims the second procedure resulted in an appearance that was far too large, causing her physical discomfort and emotional distress. The professional impact. Ms. Sanchez works as an entertainer and a model. She emphasizes to the court that her physical appearance is her currency. The dissatisfaction with the surgery has affected her mentally, emotionally, and physically. She describes the situation as a mess and expresses frustration with the doctor's perceived rudeness regarding her complaints. Dr. Eisenberg responds by defending his 15 years of experience as a surgeon. He prides himself on his work and his staff, noting that he has never had issues or unsatisfied clients prior to this case. He views his work as a gift of security and confidence to his patients. He explains that he provided Ms. Sanchez with animations and visual aids to show her the expected results before the surgery. Evidence and testimony. The judge reviews the evidence, including a photograph provided by Ms. Sanchez. The photo shows the results of the first BBL on the left and the second on the right. Ms. Sanchez argues that the first was too small, while the second created a double projection that was far beyond her expectations. She claims the doctor told her the size would decrease over time, but it did not. During a physical demonstration in the courtroom, Ms. Sanchez shows the results of the surgery, reiterating that the size is embarrassing and causes her significant back pain. She expresses a desire for her money back so she can seek a third procedure from a different doctor to fix the current results. The court examines a receipt showing that Ms. Sanchez received a discount of $3,685 on the procedure for being a loyal client. Text messages are also presented as evidence. In these messages, Ms. Sanchez expressed her concerns about the fullness of the results after 1 year. Dr. Eisenberg replied by stating that results can vary and that he understood she was initially happy. When Ms. Sanchez requested a pro bono reduction to fix the size, Dr. Eisenberg declined. He explained to the court that his overhead costs, including staff and an anesthesiologist fee of $3,000, made a free procedure impossible. He offered to perform the reduction for $2,500, a price Ms. Sanchez claims she was never made aware of before she grew angry and sent a heated message to the doctor. The social media conflict. The tension in the room escalates as the court discusses the social media video Ms. Sanchez posted to her 300,000 followers. The video, which received 1.2 million likes, warned other women against seeing Dr. Eisenberg, claiming he messed up the procedure and was trying to charge her the full price for a repair. Dr. Eisenberg testifies that the video led to immediate financial loss, including 2 cancellations of $10,000 surgeries within a single week. He presents emails from former prospective clients who cited the video as their reason for canceling. He argues that his reputation, built over 15 years, has been unfairly tarnished. Judge Williams reminds Ms. Sanchez that a large social media following comes with great responsibility. The judge points out a discrepancy. While Ms. Sanchez told her followers the doctor was charging her the full price of a BBL for the repair, the testimony in court suggested the offered price was significantly lower. The final verdict. Judge Williams prepares to deliver her ruling, focusing on the distinction between a botched procedure and an unsatisfied result. She acknowledges the risks of such surgeries, noting that surviving 2 BBL procedures is a significant matter. The judge finds that Dr. Eisenberg did not breach his professional duty or standard of care. Consequently, she denies Ms. Sanchez's claim for $6,500. Regarding the countersuit, the judge declines to order Ms. Sanchez to pay the $20,000 requested by the doctor. However, because the judge concludes that Ms. Sanchez misstated the nature of her treatment and lied about the costs of the repair on social media, she issues a specific order. Sandra Sanchez is ordered to create and post a new video apologizing to Dr. Eisenberg for misrepresenting the situation. The court rules that the surgery was not a botched job, but rather a case of an unsatisfied result. With the ruling delivered, the court is adjourned. The parties exchange final, brief words, reflecting the lingering tension of the dispute as the case of the contested cosmetic procedure comes to a close. Can you read to me the nameplate? The question echoed softly in the dignified atmosphere of the room. The answer came back clearly, Judge Eboni K. Williams. In this particular courtroom, the only thing that matters is how I see. I am a woman shaped by a rich journey, hailing from North Carolina, by way of Louisiana, carrying with me some West Coast cool and a sharp New York edge. The judge looked at the person before her and asked if we have a problem, ma'am. The woman replied, "No, I don't, Your Honor." For the judge, equal justice is all about the most important values of our country. It is about freedom and integrity, and those are the things that I am striving for every single day. She looked at the woman and reminded her that, "Ma'am, you run your household, but this man gets to run his." It was this passion for fairness that led her to decide to become an attorney and pursue the law. She wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. In cases where the law is clear, this court cannot hold this woman accountable without cause. The courtroom is a place for people from all sectors of life: black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that is exactly what Equal Justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about. The case today involves Sandra Sanchez, who claims she did not get what she bargained for when her surgeon botched her procedure, a Brazilian butt lift. On the other side, Dr. Jason Eisenberg says every patient is different, but he stands firmly behind his work. Dr. Eisenberg is not just defending himself, he is countersuing for $20,000. The judge observed the room and noted that Sandra Sanchez is here as my plaintiff today. She looked at the man and confirmed, "Jason Eisenberg?" He replied yes. He was standing there as the defendant. The judge turned her attention to the young woman. "Miss Sanchez, what brings you to court today?" "Hi, Your Honor," the woman began. "My name is Sandra Sanchez, and I am here suing Dr. E for a malpractice BBL procedure for $6,500. The judge turned to the doctor and noted that, "I also see there is a countersuit here, right, Mr. Eisenberg?" The doctor confirmed, "That is correct, Judge." The judge asked if you were suing in the amount of $20,000. He said, "Yes, that is correct." When asked for the basis of his claim, he explained that it was a defamation of my entire business due to her social media video. The judge nodded and said, "Okay, so we will get to that, but let us go with you first, Miss Sanchez." She asked the woman, "So you saw this doctor for what procedure?" "I got a BBL Brazilian butt lift procedure from him," Sandra explained. "I am familiar," the judge replied. Sandra continued, saying it was about a year ago. "And this is my second BBL procedure that I got with Dr. E. I went to him multiple times before for different things for the past few years. And everything has been fine. But the last BBL that I got from him, it did not even look like I got any work done. And you know what a BBL is," she added. "It is like where you enhance your buttocks." The judge clarified that they suck fat from the midsection, and they replace it. She then asked for the proper medical term. The doctor stepped in and explained it is a SSBA, Your Honor. It is a safe subcutaneous buttocks augmentation. The judge simplified it by saying, "Okay, we make the butt bigger." The doctor agreed, "Yes, yes." The judge turned back to Sandra, who said, "My first BBL, my butt did not even look like he did anything to it." The judge asked her to help me understand, "Miss Sanchez, you started to see this doctor how many years ago?" Sandra replied, "About 3 or 4 years ago." The judge noted that during those 3 or 4 years, Sandra had many procedures. She asked her to run them down for me. Sandra listed them. "I have had Botox. I have had lip fillers, fillers around my face. I have had a boob job. And then I had my 2 BBLs with him." The judge clarified that when you say boob job, that was enhancement? Sandra confirmed it was a breast augmentation. The judge wanted to differentiate that from a lift. So, there was a breast augmentation and then 1 and then 2 BBLs. Now, the judge noted, after the first BBL, "I hear you telling the court you were not satisfied." Sandra agreed, saying, "I was not satisfied at all." The judge asked if the butt was not big enough. Sandra said, "It did not even look like I got anything done, honestly. And so I just, because I trusted him or whatever the case is, I went back to him to get it done again. And then he just totally made my butt just way too big. Now it is too big," she emphasized. "And I literally have back problems. Oh man, it is just a mess. It is a mess." The judge then asked Ms. Sanchez if she paid for the first BBL. Sandra said, "Yes, I paid for both BBLs, yes." The judge noted that she never got any money back from the surgeon. Sandra confirmed no, and that is why I am here. I want my money back, and he is just really rude about it. I am really unhappy, and he is not trying to give me my money back or fix my botched procedure. Before moving further, the judge asked, "What do you do for a living, Miss Sanchez?" Sandra replied that I am an entertainer and a model. The judge asked to clarify if she is an adult entertainer, and Sandra said yes, yes. "You dance primarily," the judge observed. Sandra explained that I guess you dance for everybody. "Yeah, I do music videos. I do all of it." "Yeah, so I am seen by everybody, yeah." The judge noted that your currency is your look. Sandra agreed, "Yes, I make money off my appearance." Sandra continued with a touch of emotion, saying, "So this is really like, I know it sounds like kind of funny that like it is about my butt, but it is like really affecting me like mentally, emotionally, my physically. So yeah, I don't know. I just really need him to not be rude to me about this, and just really understand the emotional stress that I am getting from this botched BBL." The judge turned to the doctor. "Dr. Eisenberg, how long have you been treating this patient?" He replied, "Roughly about 3 to 4 years, Your Honor." He confirmed he had done the various procedures she mentioned, including the face fillers, lip fillers, breast augmentation, and 2 different BBLs. The judge then brought up a serious point, noting that BBLs are reportedly the most deadly and dangerous cosmetic procedure on the market. She asked if that is correct. The doctor responded that, "Your Honor, I think it depends on the doctor. The way I pride myself on my surgeries and my staff. I have never had any issues. I have never had any problems. I have only had satisfied clients. Sandy is actually the first that I am aware of." He added that previously, she was satisfied with his services. That was why he was shocked by this whole thing, because Sandy and he had been good friends in a professional sense. The doctor explained that the procedure went perfectly, exactly how he told her it would go. He even had animations to show her the size of her buttocks after the surgery and what she could expect. He shared his perspective that this is a disease plaguing the country where people are insecure and not happy with their bodies. He said that it might sound funny, but it is not about the money for him. It is about the gift he can give people and the security of feeling good about themselves. The judge, however, was skeptical, calling it a crock. As the proceedings continued, the judge wanted to understand the expectations for the second procedure. Sandra said, "I wanted a little bit more projection, but he really gave me like a double butt." The judge asked for visual evidence. Sandra provided a photo. She explained that the photo shows on the left side is my previous BBL, the first one. And the second one, look, it is just too big. Dr. Eisenberg interjected that she thought the first one was too small, but the judge silenced him. Sandra explained that she paid for a second one because she wanted more projection on the tops, but he did too much everywhere. She said the photo was taken about a month after the procedure, and the doctor told her the swelling would go down, but it never did. Sandra even showed the court her current physical state, turning around to demonstrate. She said she is naturally small, so the result feels too big and uncomfortable. It is embarrassing and causes her back pain. She expressed that she is not making as much money at work and feels emotional stress. She just wants him to fix it or give her money back so she can go to a better doctor. The judge then looked at a receipt and noticed a discount of $3,685. The doctor said it was for being a good client. The judge then reviewed text messages. Sandra had messaged the doctor saying the procedure was fuller than expected and that a year had passed without change. The doctor had responded saying results could vary and that he could not perform a reduction pro bono because he had expenses like staff, electricity, and an anesthesiologist who costs $3,000. The lowest he could offer for a reduction was $2,500. Sandra claimed she was never made aware of that specific offer and felt neglected, which led to her sending an angry text. The tension rose as the judge discussed the social media video Sandra posted. Sandra has over 250,000 followers. In the video, she warned people about Dr. E, saying he messed her up and was trying to charge her for a full BBL again. Dr. Eisenberg claimed this video caused extreme damage to his business, including 2 cancellations within a week. He stated he had been a surgeon for 15 years and was proud of his reputation. He found her suit for $6,500 ridiculous compared to his $20,000 loss. The judge reminded Sandra that having over 300,000 followers comes with responsibility. She pointed out that Sandra had told her followers the doctor was requiring a full cost for repair, even though the doctor had mentioned a lower price of $2,500. Sandra said she made the video before that offer. The judge read emails from clients who canceled their surgeries after seeing the video, which Dr. Eisenberg called heartbreaking. Finally, the judge was ready to deliver her verdict. She looked at Sandra and said, "You need to know, young lady, that the fact that you even lived to tell about one BBL, let alone two, is a gift from God. Some people never make it." She explained the difference between a botched procedure, which is a medical term, and an unsatisfied result. She determined that the doctor was responsible for a certain standard of care and did not believe he breached any duties. Therefore, she did not order the doctor to pay a cent of the $6,500. At the same time, she did not order Sandra to pay the $20,000 for defamation. However, she believes Sandra had lied on social media by calling it a botched job. The order of the court was for Sandra to make a new video apologizing for misstating the nature of her treatment. The judge ruled that it was not a botched job. As the court rose, Sandra muttered that she guessed she had to lie, while the doctor remarked that bigger is not always better. It was a day where justice sought to balance the scales between professional reputation and personal satisfaction.